Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I thought we could start a brand new series called Out the Box, where I take you through the unboxing process, share with you my first impressions, and then give you a little bit of an overview of what the product can do. Now, I just bought myself the BOSS RC-10R, one of Boss's first next generation looper pedals, and I'm pretty excited to see what this technology can do. Now, if you want to see my full review, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can catch that over the next few weeks. But let's cut with the talking and get it out the box. Hey, what's up? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, I'm Ben Rowlands and this channel's all about live looping. Upload 3 videos just like this one every single week. So if that's something you're interested in, consider subscribing. Now, in today's video, we are gonna unbox the BOSS RC-10R. Now, I've noticed something on the side of the box already, which I quite like, and it includes a power supply. Now, in the last generation of looper pedals, the 2-track, which was the RC30, it didn't come with a power supply, so you had to go buy that for an extra 10, 20 quid, whatever, if you bought the BOSS version. But let's open the box. So here we are. We're greeted by the manual. Now I'm going to... That was a good start. Take 2, let's do another take. So we are greeted with the manual. Now I will be reading this extensively and I will do a few tutorials on the BOSS RC-10R, just like I've done previously with the RC-505 and RC-300. Now to the right we have our included power supply, we have our EU plug, American plug, and our UK plug. Now this is the main event over here. This is the looper pedal. Now surprisingly, it's pretty small. I thought it was going to be slightly bigger than this. I've had similar BOSS products in the past that have this type of design, such as the RV500 reverb pedal. It's got the like slanted front like this. And I expected it to kind of be a similar size to that, but just a little bit taller. It's absolutely tiny. Like, this thing is so small. Like, this is the size of my hand, and then that's the loop pedal. It's the size of a hand. But I quite like the red on it. I think it's quite punchy. It's much more modern looking than the red on the RC300 and the RC30. This is really, really nice. Now this loop station comes on board with 280 drum presets, and it's quite interesting the way this loop pedal works. It's kind of designed for songcraft, I'd say. So you kind of write your chord progressions and you can write to different drum beats, verse, chorus, things like that. Perfect for songwriting. But another interesting thing for it is just dabbling about in your bedroom, or if you're a pubs and clubs act, so you don't need to take a big massive rig like I do when I go out gigging. I take drum pads, I take keyboards, I take all this stuff that the standard punter in a pub couldn't really care less about. But this box kind of has it all. It's got the drum kit, so you can have your full drummer in a box while you loop. Now, one thing you'll notice on the side is the micro MIDI ports. Now, I'm quite interested to see how these perform over the traditional MIDI inputs and outputs with the big circular jacks. Now, I think by looking at it, it runs off standard aux cables for transferring that MIDI information. I might be 100% wrong with that statement I just made, but from what I looked online and from looking at it here, that's the impression I am getting. Now, you'll also notice it's got a Type-C USB on the side, so this is probably for your standard BOSS operation where you plug it into your computer and you can back it up, and then you can also update the firmware and things like that. Now, where I'm most impressed by this product is the fact it's running 32-bit. Now, the BOSS RC300 only ran MP3 at 16-bit, which is pretty awful, and I think the RC30 ran something pretty similar to that, whereas this runs WAV at 32-bit, which is such an improvement. My BOSS RC505, that currently runs WAV at 24-bit, and the sound quality and clarity over previous BOSS looper pedals like the RC300 and RC30 is second to none. It is so obvious when you compare the two pedals against each other, so I'm really excited to see how much of an improvement 32-bit has over 24-bit. Now let's take all this packaging out the way and have a look at the pedal a little bit closer. So if we take a look at the inputs on the back of the looper pedal, you will notice there's a stereo input and a stereo output, but there's no option for plugging a microphone in. Now you may be thinking, Ben, I don't need a microphone. I'm not going to be beatboxing to create my drum beats because this has a built-in drummer. But you may want to do some vocal harmonies and layer it all up in chorus sections, with this specifically being a section-based style looper pedal. I think that's a bit of a miss. Now you could expand your inputs and use a mixer, as I've mentioned in previous tutorials, but I think it's a bit of a shame it's not included out of the box. Now if we look at the BOSS RC-10R that I have here, you'll notice we have input level options. So we have our instruments, our aux and our microphone, which is missing on here. Then if we compare this to the BOSS RC-10, there's no input level options. There's stuff here that says level, but that's just for the specific tracks. There's your rhythm level and your loop level. There's no actual input level, so you can't control the gain of your acoustic guitar or whatever you're inputting. So for example, if you have an acoustic guitar that doesn't have a built-in gain and it's clipping the BOSS RC-10, there's no way to just quickly dial that down. So if we plug the BOSS RC-10 in, this is how everything is displayed. So as you can see, it's flashing track 1 here, and then it's flashing track 2 over here. Now if this pedal is down on the floor, there's no way you're going to be able to read this text very clearly. You're kind of going to be in guessing territory, because yes, it looks great, but the text is very, very small. Now, the flashing light, I really do like the indicators. So, for example, we start recording. It's very clear we are in record mode. It's now clear we are in play mode, and we are now in overdub mode. It's just my only negative is you can't really see that text having a first impressions looking at it. It's your standard sort of click and hold functionality, like on your sort of BOSS RC1s and your BOSS RC30. It's kind of adopted the same mentality when it comes to looping. Now, I really do like the feel of all of these dials. They feel really high quality and have a real positive like click to it when you're turning the rotary knob and everything. So that's a definite pro. The build quality of this looper pedal is definitely one of the best by BOSS I have seen, because obviously the RC-505 is made out of plastic. The RC-300 is made out of metal, but it's pretty heavy. This is metal construction, but very, very light. Very impressed there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving me a like and a subscribe. My channel's all about live looping, upload live looping tutorials, live looping performances every Tuesday, Thursday, and now Saturdays. I've been Ben Rowlands. You can find me online at benrowlandsmusic.com. If you want to learn more about live looping, check out this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.